It's your boy eBay Fight Predictions in the building. I'll be breaking down Alexander Volkov versus Tom Aspinall. Really dope fight in the heavyweight division. Real big fight for Mr. Tom right here. And another big fight for Volkov. I'm not sure if it's going to happen. I'm not sure what the situation is. I've been hearing that it might not happen, this or that. But this is a big fight for both guys. And if it does happen, I mean, big fight for the, Liverpool fans. Is it Liverpool? I think O2 Arena, right? I think it's O2 Arena, but just big fans for the UK people. You already know they need this big win. They don't have a lot of great UK fighters. I'm probably gonna piss some people off here, but they need this fight. They really do. And if Tom can reach the top five, man, they might have a champion in their future. They haven't had one in a very long time. I don't even really count the one-eyed bandit run from Michael Bisping, but yeah, that's the last time they ever touched UFC gold. So yeah, this is a big one for him, and this is something they can get really hyped up for. Volkov, I mean, Volkov's been there and done that. He's done everything in the division. He's been in the number one contender bouts, and now he's kind of back in that gatekeeper role that he was in. I mean, just in his last few fights, right? Fighting, what's his name? Walt Harris, and who else? Who else was the other? In Alistair Overeem, right? Where he was kind of like coming through and fighting these other guys. But, he had the shot against Cyril Gane. Whoever really won that was probably going to get the title shot, and he messed it up, and he lost. And yeah, now he's fighting fucking and then he fought Marcin Tybura, right? So now he's fighting Tom Aspinall. So I mean, I could obviously go down through the stats. I mean, Volkov, I mean, where are these guys ranked actually? Let me look at that. In the UFC heavyweight rankings. Yeah, Volkov is number 6 and Tom is number 11. So dope. So big jump for Tom in terms of competition and the guys he's fought. But the guys he's fought have done well. They've all done well. I mean, like after he beats them, like they've all, I think most of them have at least won a fight. But yeah, Volkov comes with a record of 34-9. He's fighting out of Russia, age 33, so he's in his prime. This is Volkov's prime time. Last weight, this is a big one, 263. He has been big. This is big Volkov. I think this is the last Volkov we're going to see that makes a push toward that title, that has the best chance towards that title. He is as big as he's ever been. He's strong, and he is humongous. And back tattoo Volkov is a menace. He got a height of 6'7", so tall. He's always been tall. He's always been big. And a reach of 81. So the guy is fucking legit. With the reach and the height, and everything. So he's going to have a few advantages over Tom. Tom comes with a record 11-2, so you can see Volkov has an experience advantage. He's fighting out of England, age 28, a height of 6'5", and a reach of 78. So Tom is a big guy, in his own right, but Volkov is just a little bigger than him. But in terms of notable wins, I mean, Tom, he's looked amazing in his last few, and I mean, real talk, I picked him to beat all his opponents. So he's like, in terms of my predictions for him, he's 3-0 on Tapology at least. But yeah, man, what he did to Jake Collier, he fucking murdered him, and Jake Collier's been winning. He's been winning. He destroyed Alan Badeau, the only guy that hasn't won out of this last 4 that he's beaten. Badeau, I mean, he's looked decent. It is what it is with Badeau. I mean, yeah, what can you do? He beat Andre Arlovski, who's I think on a 2-fight winning streak, or 3. 2 or 3. Yeah, I think he's on a 3-fight winning streak, if my memory serves me right. And he fucking submitted him, and that was impressive. That was the best one out of the 3. And then the Sergey Spivak elbow to ground strikes fight. I mean, he fucking lit Sergey up, and Sergey just destroyed Greg Hardy. I don't know if that's anything to be like proud of, but still, I mean, these guys that he's beaten are still doing good. You know what I'm saying? Like that's telling you the level of Tom. And I mean, I actually hold this kid in high regard in terms of UK talent. I mean, there's a few kids I'm actually really high on. Leon, Tom, Jack Shore, which is funny, which I am picking against Jack Shore, which is hilarious. But I am still high on the kid. They have a lot of good fighters. But I shouldn't say a lot. Very few. So they don't get their, you tell them they have if you tell them they're great, they'll start thinking they're fucking god or whatever. You know, you can't tell them that they're too good because then it gets to their head. But yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying. Like Tom has looked really good in his last. You know, Volkov, man, he's fought a who's. He's fought everybody besides I guess Ngannou, right? But he has fought everybody, right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, he fought Marcin Tybura, he fought Cyril Gane, Alistair Overeem, Walt Harris, Curtis Blades, fought Greg Hardy, which is interesting. Fought Derek Lewis. He lost that one, but he fought him. Fought Fabricio Verdum, destroyed Verdum. Beat Stefan Struve. Fought Roy Nelson, beat Tim Johnson. He's fought so many guys. Yeah, he's lost to Czech Congo, which is interesting. And but I mean, he beat Obligo Ivanov. A lot of people forget in Bellator. But this guy, he has fought so many dudes. And he's fought a who's, and he's a legit top 5, top 6, kind of just top 10 heavyweight. He has looked good, but the thing that worries me, and I was actually going to pick Volkov coming into this fight as an early lean, but when I went into my tape studies and I saw that Marcin Tybura fight again, Tybura was, I mean, he was one of those guys that was making his comeback, but man, he did not look good in there. That was probably one of his worst performances I've seen in a very, very, very long time, and he did not look good in that fight. Volkov looked like he was shot. Real talk, no disrespect. Volkov looked like he was shot. So I don't know. It's a hard fight. I think Volkov, if he uses his reach and he uses his again, like I said, his reach, I think he can win this fight. And he uses his striking because he had a really very, very good fight against Cyril Gane. Even though he lost, I felt like he did really good, and I felt like 48-47 is a fair scorecard. He at least won 2 rounds, and I thought he actually did really, really good in there, and he didn't get enough credit. And Cyril looked amazing. Again, I was like, man, I was wowed by that performance. Like every time I watch Cyril, I'm like, man, this kid's good. Like he's really good, you know. And that makes like Ngannou even greater that he beat him. But yeah, I mean Volkov, he looked good. In there, but I was just not impressed with the Tybura fight. Tom Aspinall, he's very unknown. We don't know what he's like going into 3 rounds. We don't know what he's like, when the fight gets longer. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a 5-round fight, so he's preparing. There's a few unknowns, but one thing I do know is this kid has great grappling, and I feel like if he can take the fight to the ground, I think he really win this fight. I really, really do. I think the striking will be comparable. I think they'll be a little even, but if he can get this to the ground, he should win this fight. I rewatched actually the Volkov and Curtis Blades fight, and I mean, I thought Volkov did good. He exposed Blades, and that was one of the biggest reasons why I picked Derek Lewis to knock out Curtis Blades, which he ended up doing. Right? I gotta remind y'all of that. But yeah, you know, he looked. I mean, obviously it was small Volkov, and Volkov hasn't gotten taken down since, but I think Tom can, if he attempts it, he might have a good chance of getting him down. And I think if Tom gets him down, I think repeatedly, I think there is a jiu-jitsu gap. I think Tom is the better of the two as a jiu-jitsu player. And I'm taking Tom by 4th round submission. I really wasn't going to take Tom, but when I went into my tape studies, I'm like, man, this kid's good. This kid's really, really good, and I've been high on him for a minute. I think he has a lot of ability. I thought, I remember when they were bringing up Cyril Gane, Chris Daukaus, and Tom Aspinall. I always felt like Tom Aspinall and Cyril Gane were the top 2. I felt like Chris was kind of like, he was good, but he wasn't anything to write home about, And I think Tom is something to write home about. The kid's really good. I know the UK boys are going to be happy I'm giving their guy some praise here, but yeah, he's really, really good. He's really good. So I'm actually taking Tom Aspinall by 4th round submission. I was going to take Volkov, y'all. I really was. But just going through the film, Volkov has experience, and I think if he can keep it standing, he can win this fight, but I don't think he's going to be able to keep it standing. I really don't. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share the video. It's your boy eBay. Oh, yeah. Don't forget to fucking follow me on my Instagram and my Twitter. Love y'all, and goodbye. I'm out of here. See y'all.
Hey, Tom, you got performance of the night.
Whoa, dude. Yes. Did I really? Oh, ring your mum.